Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Ruby seems very difficult to draft in the first set, I'm finding.
Well, yeah, but that's how it is in every set. Oh, a Root Dancer, Pack 1 Root Dancer looks pretty solid right now. There's also a Sappers Charge. Oh, Wizard of Silver Talon. Here, I'm going to take my face down so you guys can see the cards. I'm thinking Root Dancer right now. The only other cards here are Silver Talon and Sappers Charge, but Root Dancer is just so good, and it's going to demand a good price on the auction house later, I think. So, yeah, we're going to go with that Root Dancer and go deep into Wild already. Can't remember if there's another good Wild card in there. I don't think there was. So, maybe this will force the guy next to me out of Wild. Should be nice. They took the rare out of this one. There's a Wild Aura. That looks like a pretty good, solid pick for me. I'm seeing Ruby, of course, looks pretty open. Blood Crazed looks pretty good. Burn to the Ground looks really good. I think I might be able to get a Wild Aura later, so maybe I get Burn to the Ground and go Ruby? I don't know. You know, I kind of want to force people out of Wild, I think. Mortar Strike is pretty decent too. You know what, I think I'm going to see another Wild Aura later, so I'm going to go with this Burn to the Ground because it just seems pretty solid. So we'll go Wild Ruby for now, and we'll see if we can stick with that. What's up, Connie? I guess she's not talking to me. BTTG? I don't know what that means. Pentachill says BTTG. Oh, Plant C.
That's Burn to the Ground.
Oh, Burn to the Ground. Yeah, Burn to the Ground's pretty solid. I mean, it could end games, sure. Evolve, not the best. Cottontail Ronin looks pretty solid. The Scrap Welder, I need artifacts for this guy. I'm thinking Cottontail Ronin right now. The Ronin looks pretty solid. We're going to select him tentatively. I'll give Pentachills a chance to like talk to me. If you have it selected, it's going to select it for you if you run out of time. So a lot of people seem to be letting their timers run down. That's not really what I do. I'm very much a snap picker type of person. Not seeing another, like, I guess the heavy welding bot wouldn't be bad either, but most likely I'm going to be running like Munika Shin will probably be my champion. Briar Legion's pretty solid. Furious Taskmaster is decent, but I don't have any orcs yet. I like the Briar Legion, I think. Especially if I start picking up a lot of these. Like Wild is starting to kind of get. Looks like somebody to my right is Wild because we're passing. It's left, right, left, so they're passing left. Or either way, you know. I'm just gonna say it that way. I mean, it's virtual space, so. I like in the Magic line, it actually shows you the table and where you're sitting. It's kind of funny. So it makes it all the easier to cheat when it is that you get on Skype with people or whatever, some voice client. I think they stopped doing that.
I kind of like to have that type of option because I am finding that I run into the same guys over and over.
Yeah.
So
it's nice to see like what their tendencies are, where they sit on the table. Chlorophilia is pretty solid here. Nature's Rain is also really good. I think I like the Chlorophilia. It's so uncommon, so we're gonna go with that. Wrathseeker is decent too if we can get some Swift Strike, but I think I like the Chlorophilia. We're not gonna see that many of these. Love my ramp. We don't have any big fatties, but we'll probably see some later. Especially when Pack 2 rolls around, I think, because I'm sucking up all the wild cards, so not giving the guy on my left very many wild options. But somebody on my right, probably either the next seat over or the one or two seats over, I think he's wild. If I were to guess. Ruby's starting to go
How do
away
you feel
too
about
here.
the Clorphelia change?
I like it because it helps me empty the deck out. So Giganosaur is really good, but I think I like Nature's Rain. Let's see what else. Crimson Clary is really not going to do a lot for me. Maybe I should just go with the really big body. Yeah, I mean, he's not really that great, but I don't have any bodies yet. Nature's Rain is really good too, though. I'm going to take the Nature's Rain. It just seems better utility. I mean, it's going to be a reserves card, but you'll probably go with the Giganosaur. That might have been the better pick there. Yeah, Ruby, I might not even go into Ruby. We'll see. I've only got a burn to the ground right now. Yeah, Root Dancer. Awesome. Shroom Tank's decent. Wrathseeker again is maybe better. Wrathseeker is probably better if I can get some Swift Strike going. So we'll pick up the Wrathseeker here. Just throw some Swift Strike on that guy. Let him go to town. I'm going to be a 4-1 Swift Striker with the Ruby Aura. If I can pick up one of those. Which I think is common. Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah, all the auras are common. Welcome to the stream, Ravu Shimo and Lord Raven 99. Again, if I get enough people in channel, I might do a giveaway. I'll probably do a giveaway if I get like maybe 20 people. Stargazer or the Wrathseeker. Probably the Wrathseeker. Stargazer, I'm really not in Diamond or... Yeah, so it really doesn't do very much for me. Probably this Wrathseeker. And we'll just hope that we get some nice stuff to go with him. I mean, we may not end up playing this, especially if we don't get the Swift Strike to throw on him. But we can always like pump him up with like Root Dancer as well. I mean, that seems pretty good. There was a draft where I actually picked up 2 Root Dancers. That was pretty sick. I think that was my first draft. It was in pack 1 and 2 though, like the first, first pick. Shadowblade Lurker is alright. Vine Trap is alright. I guess I'll get the Lurker. Well, the Vine Trap's a better body for the same price. We'll go with the Vine Trap, but I probably won't end up playing it. Of course, flyers are going to be a problem for us, so hopefully we can get some removal. We kind of passed a lot of removal early on. Our only removal card right now is Burn to the Ground. It's one of the biggest problems with Wild, of course.
Well, Wild does have Survival of the Fittest.
Yeah, I haven't seen one yet, so I swear there's a guy on my right that is Wild already. I guess I can take the Baby Yeti, but that seems pretty bad for what I'm trying to do. I mean, I guess it's a nice early aggressive. I don't think I'm going to play it, though. I think I'd rather just counterpick this Gargoyle, because that seems really bad for me. So we're just going to counterpick the Gargoyle here. I'm just going to suck up some of the flyers. The Baby Yeti doesn't really do a whole lot for me. Let's go ahead and organize by cost, so we can start seeing our curve visually. I think the Welding Bot came back around to me, so I'll pick him up. That seems like a decent drop if I get some artifacts later. Another Baby Yeti. See, no one really wants this Baby Yeti. Shroom Saw, but the other stuff doesn't seem that bad, so I guess I'll take this Baby Yeti. Burn to the Ground is really more of a 2-point card. It just doesn't put it there because you would never cast it for 1 resource, because you wouldn't be able to pay for X, so it wouldn't do anything for you. I guess I'll screw with the Dwarf player by taking this Cavern Commando, throwing that in my dregs. Mutate and a Paladin. I guess I'll take the body. That'll also be a dreg. And another body. No one wants to play the Zodiac Shaman. One of these days I'm just going to make a Zodiac Shaman draft deck. So Mirror Knight is like a rare draft pick here, but Illumination Specialist is decent. Troop. Yeah, I mean, he's
Come
pretty
on.
decent.
You know as well as I know.
The Sappers Charge isn't going to come back around, though. This guy might. Well, no, he probably won't. Remove rocket counter. How does he get rocket power? He gets... For each artifact. Oh, that's... Yeah, see, I need artifacts, so I probably want the Sappers Charge first anyways. So we're going to hope the Ruby Aura comes back to us, but it may not. I really want this Sappers Charge. Yeah, we're going to go with the Sappers Charge here. I could have gone with the Mirror Knight if I wanted a rare draft, because that thing's worth probably close to $10 anyways, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to go for the win here. Veteran Gladiator is a pretty good pick for us, so we'll probably go with that. There's a Princess Victoria rare just got passed to us. We also have Bombsmith, a pretty solid pick here. I'm not really seeing a whole lot else, so I think we're going to go with the Veteran Gladiator. It's a nice turn 2 drop if we get some Howling Braves or something. It'd be nice to see a honey cap. I haven't seen a single honey cap, so that definitely tells me that there's some wild player out there that's sucking up a lot of the wild cards. No honey caps yet. That's crazy. People are starting to get wise to how powerful honey cap is. That's for sure. There's a Sensei is decent. Arena Brawler. Glen Witch, a Mortar Strike, another Sappers Charge, a Pyromancer. Pyromancer seems like a really good pick. But Mortar Strike is good and Sappers Charge is also good. I just want more removal. More early removal would be nice. So let's actually just get this Sappers Charge. Pyromancer, man, that's such a hard pick. I don't know. Pyromancer's really good. I should really pick up the removal though. I think I'll get the Sappers Charge. No, I'll get the Ruby Pyromancer. I'll get the Pyromancer. I need a 2-drop anyways. Oh, it was such a hard pick. I had too many cards to pick from. Impudlums is a good reserves card. There's a Boulder Brute's decent. Zealot is pretty decent. Probably the Boulder Brute. We also have Bombsmith we could take here, which is decent, but I think I'm going to take the Boulder Brute. Boulder Brute and Blood Crazed Zealot are about the same, really, because all I'm going to end up doing is making this a 5/5 Boulder Brute with the gem slot. Does it show me what I can gem? No, it doesn't. Kind of need some 4-drops. Hopefully we'll see another Wild Aura, or maybe that Ruby Aura will come back around. We might end up running Polka in this deck because we've got a really low curve, so we may not even end up running a lot of this high-end stuff or any of our ramp. We'll see. There's a Howling Brave is decent. Wild Aura is probably our pick. Mortar Strike is decent. We're probably going to get this Wild Aura here. We really need a 4-drop, and it's a really amazing trick for us to have, especially on our Wrathseekers. So, I feel pretty good about getting that Wild Aura there. What's going on over there, buddy? You're bumping stuff around.
Sorry.
And my buddy keeps pocket dialing me and hanging up. He's about to... he's texting me or something. Okay, Mortar Strike, Avalanche Giant. I guess I take the Mortar Strike for the removal. I'm about to mute you. Technify, what are you doing over there? I'm about to mute you. Bombsmith is decent. Out of the Feral Ogre. He only deals 1 damage to a target troop, and I know he's really good, but the Feral Ogre just seems so much better for us, because we're kind of like heavier into wild anyways. More like splash in a Ruby, so I think I'm going to go with the Feral Ogre. Just seems like overall a much more solid troop. I don't have a lot of 1-drops anyways, so I'm not really worried about the... except for this Baby Yeti. Everyone knows I'm running that guy. Not really. Savage Raider. Another Wrathseeker is decent, or a Furious Taskmaster. We'll probably pick up the Taskmaster. We have plenty of orcs now, so we can justify this guy. He's also a 2-drop, which we can give haste as a 3-drop. We can pay 3 and give him haste, so he's a really good 2-drop for us. So yeah, there you go. Taskmaster is a pretty good pick there. It's got that single threshold, which is nice. It'd be nice to get like 2 more 4-drops to kind of get our curve going here.
Channel switched.
I just switch channels until he fixes it. Okay, what's this one? That's a Gearsmith. So we definitely want this Ruby Aura. Gem Crazed Berserker, we could give him evasion, but I think I really want this Ruby Aura right now. I think that's the higher priority for me. For all the Wrathseekers that I have. The Gem Crazed Berserker with evasion is pretty good too, though. We give him the Ruby Aura, Ruby, but it's going to be tougher for us to get there because we're not really heavy into Ruby. Evolve is decent. Shroom Tank is also good. I'm really not a big Evolve fan. I'd probably go with the Shroom Tank. It gives us blockers and stuff. So is this really going to depend on whether we feel like we're defensive? We'll probably end up going with Munika Shin on this one because we do have the Root Dancer to buff the Battle Hoppers. That's probably what we're going to do. Arena Brawler is a pretty good pick here, so we'll probably go with that. Yeah, that's pretty good. We've got a pretty aggressive curve here, is what it looks like. We've got a lot of 2-drops and stuff. We might not even run a lot of this high-end stuff. Another Bombsmith or a Zealot. The Bombsmith is good, but I think I want this 5-drop Zealot. Seems pretty good. We really need some more 4-drops, some good 4-drops. I'm finding that's like just such a void area for this game. Another Mortar Strike for removal seems pretty good. I'd rather not be aggro, because I feel like it's just too easy to stabilize out of that. I'd rather just hate draft this Paladin here than draft that Baby Yeti. And I guess I'll take the Lurker, sure. That's my last drag. So Ruby is definitely pretty good. Yeah, man. So Puck looks like a pretty solid pick for us with the amount of 5-drops and 6-drops that we have. We got a Runier Commander, which is decent. A Feral Ogre. Another Ruby Aura, which would be good for us if that can table. That did table earlier. A Howling Brave would be nice if that tabled, but we definitely want this Puck. That's going to be an amazing 2-drop for us in this deck. So we're going to play this guy because we've got so many 5-drops in this one 6-drop. We also have... Oh, we just have the one Sappers Charge. We could have picked up a second one for our Heavy Welding Bot, but even just having one with the Heavy Welding Bot is okay. To get some value out of that Welding Bot. We probably won't be main decking the Nature's Reigns right now. We've got plenty of cards in the deck right now. We can only have 23 cards, so we already have plenty to choose from, where the deck will be all right. I still want to get some more 4-drops in here. There's another Runier Commander, a Mushwaki, which could get really big. A Feral Ogre, a Ruby Lance looks pretty good to me right now. Insight Fury gives things rage. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm thinking the Ruby Lance for the removal seems pretty good to me. It's instant speed removal. It's not going to be great in this deck. A lot of times we're going to be doing two damage with it, maybe 3. So not great, but it is removal, and it could do a lot of it could do 5 or 6. to a troop to deal with that. Another Chlorophylla, but we've already got one of those. I like the Pyromancer, seems pretty good. There's a Murder. A Crushing Blow is decent too. We don't really have a lot of artifacts to work with this dwarf. So I think I want this Pyromancer here. Yeah, we're going to take the Pyromancer. I would take the Chlorophylla, but we've got plenty of ramp as it is, I think. With the Puck the Dreamer, we've got Puck the Dreamer and a Chlorophylla already, so that Chlorophylla is probably not going to table, because we know that there's a wild player that's probably 2 seats to our right. Bottle's not the best. Gem Crazed Berserker is probably our pick here, just because we give it evasion. Yep, so that's what we're going to pick. So we may not even play our ramp with Puck the Dreamer, or we might just transition to that. We might play aggro in round 1 and then transition to ramp and throw in all our big bombs, depending on how game 1 goes. And in fact, that's probably what we're going to do. We'll probably just run Puck and all this other stuff in games 2 and 3, depending on what game 1 looks like. But right now, our deck looks like maybe we can play like 16 resources and then just play this low curve on it and just try to push the damage through with all these Wrathseekers. It would have been nice to see another Briar Legion. If I only have one, I won't play it. If I have at least 2, I can play it. But with just one, you really can't play it. Another Gem Crazed Berserker seems pretty good. Another Ruby Lance is alright, but we already have one. It's not the best removal. We talked about that. Roostasaur is pretty good as well. Gain health equal to it. I can sack troops. Yeah, so I think we'll go ahead and get the Roostasaur. We're going to have a decent amount of troops. We'll just run Munika Shin with the Roostasaur, and he'll get big. Alright, so we got Bombsmith, Zealot, another Zealot. We've already decided we're probably going to play a low-end type of fast deck anyways. Bombsmith, Dandelion Sprite. Probably the Bombsmith here. Seems pretty good. Yeah, I think Ruby has somewhat been abandoned. Not a lot of Ruby going on, but that might be for good reason. Typically when I draft Ruby, I don't do too well. Just not getting these 4-drops, that's all that's happening here, really. Another Bombsmith is decent. Suppressive Fire might be pretty good to push through damage, actually. So I think that might be my pick here, because I have a lot of low-end stuff, and that's going to be our game 1 anyways. So I'm thinking Suppressive Fire looks pretty good to me right now. So yeah, we're going to go with Suppressive Fire. I already have a Bombsmith. I mean, I could take 2, but... I mean, okay, Burn is the obvious choice here. Bombsmith, Howling Brave, yeah, we want Burn. That's a really late burn, so that tells me that somebody is definitely not in Ruby, like within 5 or 6 seats now. That's pretty crazy that someone didn't pick that, unless there was something that was crazy good. So Ruby is looking really good for us now in Pack 3. A lot better than what it was in Packs 1 and 2. Okay, I keep clicking in. I'm clicking in to talk to Technify. He's not even in the chat with me. Oh boy. A Ruby Aura seems pretty good for this deck. Yeah, having 2 of these would be good. How many do I have? I think I have 1. I see 1. Yeah, having another one would be good. Charge Bot is decent too, but the Ruby Aura with the Wrathseekers is the combo that we want to see happen. We also have Wild Aura as well, Root Dancer, etc. We want to play those Wrathseekers and then buff them. And Feral Ogre also is another great one we can buff with that stuff. So we'll go ahead and do it. Now we are giving up a 2-for-1 when they do die or if they get killed by something. So hopefully we won't run up against too much removal to deal with it. Or, you know, that guy with like 3 or 4 Buccaneers. I ran up against that. I had 3 Buccaneers last week, and wasn't very surprising when I won that tournament. Crushing Blow seems like a pretty good one for us to have. It's definitely going to push through that damage like we want to see. We've got a lot of things with the Rage. We've got 2 Wrathseekers. We've got the early Cottontail Ronin. So I feel pretty good about that. We could take the Army Ants. Bottle Vitae. He keeps trying to call. I'm in the middle of a draft. I'll take Army Ants, sure. Let's see if he actually answers his phone here. Or if he actually is calling. So we're not going to play Puck. We will... I'm not sure if we're even going to play this Chlorophylla right now, because it looks like we're just super aggressive, like a hyper-aggressive type of deck right now. This is, the Nature's Reigns will come in on game 2 if we need it. We might even play this Baby Yeti that I was making fun of the whole time. Who knows? I definitely want these Wrathseekers. Arena Brawler. We're at 25. I don't know if I want to play this. I don't think I want to play Chlorophylla in here. I'm only at 26. That's... Oh, that's 14 resources. Sort by cost. Sort by cost the other way. Okay. 20, that's 15, and I really just don't see this Baby Yeti being a thing that I want in this deck right now. So if I'm going to stay this aggressive, I think that I might just, yeah, we're just probably going to go ahead and go with Polka here. And that seems pretty good. We'll just go with Polka. This is either going to work or it's going to fail miserably. I'm at 16 resources here. And yeah, I think this is the deck we want to play with what we got. So we will let's go ahead and count up our shards here. Sort by shard. The curve looks decent. Like, I already looked at the curve kind of in the other screen, but I already saw that, like, if we look at the curve, like the top end is like this Mortar Strike and a Wild Aura, so these are kind of in the same category. Everything else is like 1, 2, 3. So having 16 resources should be perfectly fine. So let's go to shard here, and I'm going to count up the shards. And I know you can come over here and do like a thing. Oh, mine's not even working very well. Apparently it's not even, for some reason it's not even pulling up properly. I'd just rather count it out anyways. So with wild, we've got, I'm counting the icons here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 wild icons. What? What just happened here? I thought I was drafting wild. 9 wild icons. Okay, well, started drafting wild. Apparently I'm not drafting wild. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 ruby icons. So obviously we have more ruby icons. This guy, we're going to go ahead and give him the, where is it? Troop can't be blocked except by artifact troops or troops that share the same color with it. It's a minor gem. So that way he has some evasion there. Make sure he has it in there. Socket it in. Man, is there any other wild cards I could throw in here? Not really. Wow, that's kind of funny how that ended up. So I guess it's good that we went with Polka then, because we're so heavy into Ruby anyways. So we'll probably go with something like 7. What do we want here? No, it's 8. Like 9, 9, 7. Double threshold here, so that's kind of a thing. We don't have any fixing. It's either that or we could go 10, but I think this should be fine. So we'll see what happens. So there you go. There's our deck. Oh. Check my messages to see. He sent me 2 text messages. He's just getting freaked out because a bunch of people are calling him because there's like rules about different things where we work. Oh boy. Everyone else is still building their decks. This is pretty typical of me though. Yep, it fired. He's asking on my Twitter. Golden Saucer guy's asking if the draft fired off. I don't see this draft actually going that well for me, but you know, I could come underneath my opponents. We'll see. And clear the way with some of this removal. If not, like if things get too big, I can go big in game 2. Add a shard, add my Chlorophylla, Puck the Dreamer, the Boulder Brute, another Mortar Strike, the Zealot, the Heavy Welding Bot, the Shroom Tank, and yeah, you can always go that direction as well. But with it being like this should be good because this will allow me to hopefully beat that tempo deck, because I should be playing things on turn 1 and 2, or at least playing something on turn 2. So the nice thing about this deck also is that most of my hands I should be able to go with 2 resources, so that's going to be helpful as well. But I'm giving up a lot of card advantage. This deck gives up a lot of card advantage to try to get the damage through. Yeah, hopefully I won't have to use the gain health, although I guess I could. Alright, we'll see what happens. See how this goes. Sully Man. So we'll play first because we're the aggressor. Oh, it's not what we want to see, so we need to mull this. We have no turn 1 drop, and there's no guarantee that we're going to draw again. So we're going to draw again. Give up some card advantage right off the bat. This is looking a lot better already for us. So this is decent. It's not great. We'll keep this. But turn 2 Pyromancer into a turn 3 Pyromancer into a turn 4 Elemental seems decent. These are always so noisy when I end up doing these drafts on the Sunday. There's always so much going on all around me. We got the ice cream guy coming around. It looks like my opponent may be AFK, maybe, or he's really thinking hard about his mull or something. If he AFKs for 5 minutes, he will forfeit the match. And then if I say go on the second match, then he will. He has 1 minute more and he'll forfeit the round. So it's not a big deal for me to just sit here and wait for him. I should probably just give him a GLHF though. While I'm sitting here and waiting for him. Somehow I lost like a whole 36 or no, yeah, 36 seconds on my choice there. I don't think it took me that long to choose to go first, but could be wrong. It's probably because my timer is running while that coin flip is going. I bet you that's what's happening. I think that's what's happening there. So, sometimes people walk away from their computer. You should check every 5 minutes, though, for this very reason. You need to, you know, look at your watch, and then, like, as soon as it's at 4 minutes, go walk back to your computer and go over there and make sure you're not AFK, otherwise this could happen. Because, like, if he walks away and then it starts the game, then he has 5 minutes from that point in time. I feel pretty good about this matchup-ish. I mean, he does have removal for most of my stuff in the deck. Most of my stuff has 1 toughness, so his champion ability will work on them. However, it doesn't happen until turn 4. And it's at basic action speed, so it's on his turn during his first or second main phase. So it's not like he can use it on my elemental. He can use it on a pyromancer. But I'm going to have turn 1 pyromancer, turn 2 pyromancer, or turn 2 pyromancer, turn 3 pyromancer, turn 3 elemental before he can use it. So unless he kills one of these pyromancers, that's a lot of damage right at the beginning of the game. I mean, this is like almost like this is almost like a constructed hand right now that I have, that I'm opening up with, which is, you know, a pretty strong opening. So let's see, if I play it on turn 2, turn 3 I'll deal 2 damage, and then turn 3 I deal 2 damage, turn 4 I deal let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage on turn 4. So plus the 2 so I'll have him at 8 on turn 4 optimally, which puts me in a good spot to win, depending on what else I have to play on turn 4. I mean, I can play everything in the deck except for the double threshold troll right now. Okay, looks like he might be, oh nope, there he is. Yep. Alright, he walked up. So we will start out with a Ruby Shard. We definitely want to play this Pyromancer on turn 2. So if we don't draw anything with double Ruby Threshold, we'll go ahead and yeah, play the Pyromancer here. It's okay. It's his time damage. So that's really good that we've got Suppressive Fire here. Suppressive Fire will be really good to push through that damage after, you know, turn 4. So hopefully we can just push damage here. I don't think he's got any. He shouldn't have any removal. He might have a blocker. He's going to Inquisition my other Pyromancer out. Well, that stinks. So that's less damage I can do. Yep, not a big surprise there. So Suppressive Fire is not going to do as much. I get to deal 2 damage here, but I'm getting kind of flooded, which is really bad for my aggro deck right now. So that's kind of like the some nights are your night, some nights are not. This one is not this deck's night right now, the way things are going. No real reason to play Suppressive Fire, of course. Probably play our Elemental unless he plays a blocker here. He's got the Corpse Fly to get rid of our Suppressive Fire. We'll go ahead and discard a Ruby Shard because we don't really need it. So luckily we've got something to discard to that. See, it's somewhat debatable if I Suppressive Fire this Corpse Fly. I think I'm just going to go ahead. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and Suppressive Fire the Corpse Fly and push damage here. Get 6 damage through here. It's not the best. We've already gassed out, so it's not looking good for us at all. Because he can trade his Corpse Fly for our guy, and that's really bad. We're not getting all the sounds, which actually was happening to me earlier when I played after this last patch, so I'm not sure if that's happening to other people or not. I kind of like having the sounds, like the sound files seem to be messed up. I did do a repair install before I started, so hopefully that'll fix itself. So he probably knows that I've gassed out at this point. I mean, I don't really have anything. I might as well just sit on this Ruby Shard. I can play almost everything in the deck. There's only one card I can't play. I mean, I kind of want it to have it to protect the, if I draw a spell card. Of course, I'll probably play most of my cards unless I draw into one of those trolls. So now it looks like I basically lose, because Corrupt Harvester, I have no way to deal with it. He should have played it in his second main phase, though, but it really doesn't matter that much. He can actually use his champion ability to get rid of my Pyromancer if he wants to here, which I guess he's going to, so just, you know, add insult to injury there, and it looks like he's basically stabilized, and it's over for me now. Oh, I do have a Ruby Lance here. Okay. So I don't think he's got any anything to respond to my Ruby Lance with, so I'll just wait till he attacks with Harvester and Ruby Lance his Harvester on the attack phase. If he uses Corpse Sly, I'll respond to it by Ruby Lancing his Corrupt Harvester. So that at least helps keep me in the game, because it helps keep his life down and keeps my life at a decent level. Of course, I still need to get back on the board with something. Alright, so he's going to Corpse Sly in response. I'll just go ahead and Ruby Lance his Harvester. So played that in the first main phase to try to get rid of any removal I have. Didn't really matter that much. So Ruby Lance is doing a little bit more work than I thought it was going to originally. Makes me discard a card. I have no cards in hand, so it doesn't do too much, but still, we're in a bad spot here. I'm wondering if I should be trying to go bigger or not on this guy, given the fact that he probably has Murder in his deck. There's a very good, I think I did pass a Murder. Alright, so we can play our Sappers Charge, and then we'll just sit and wait. And we can respond with it on his turn, so we'll just wait and do it that way. We want him to use up as much of his clock as possible here. He's already used up like 3 or 4 minutes just trying to get to the computer. He's going to use for some reason he's playing Sliver, so that's kind of a dead card to us. I mean, it is a draft deck, so there's a better chance that he'll draw it, but I mean, that seems like a pretty poor choice in a deck that doesn't really draw cards, with a shard that doesn't really draw cards. So, I mean, I'm all for him playing that card. So we can actually put, the artifact removal for that, I guess, in the deck, but I don't really even care about it, so. Blood Servant I do care about, though. Yeah, that guy. Right now, he's basically a 1-2, though, so he's not really that big. He can exhaust resources, so I guess he's not really that bad. The Corpse Fly is worse. We'll play our Wrathseeker out here. See if he can, so we have to keep in mind that he can exhaust resources and make this guy big enough to block our Wrathseeker, so we need to keep that in mind. Hopefully we can draw some, the Swift Strike to throw on our Wrathseeker. Of course, that still makes him like a 2-for-1 for our opponent. Once he kills them. So we might take out some of our buffs in games 2 and 3 to maybe put in some more of the bigger drops. Like I said, this deck I didn't think it was going to be that great to begin with. Yeah, you can see I'm not getting the sounds on my stuff, and I have fiddled with the settings to try to get that to work. So he's got 5 resources, so we can't really... Oh, I guess we've got Crushing Blow. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and swing through with Wrathseeker and see if he blocks, and then I can Crushing Blow. And if he blocks here. So we'll see if he blocks. Is he going to block? Is this permanent? No, just this turn. Alright, sure. So we'll just wait to use that as a trick. He might have another Corpse Fly or something in hand. It's common, so he can draft quite a few of them. Yeah, plays a Sliver to try to put more Slivers in the deck. He has to have like 5 of them in a play, or 4, which is probably not going to be the best. So he's going to Misfortune and make me discard my Crushing Blow. Okay, well, guess I should have just played it. He's got a ton of discard in this deck, so I just kind of need to dump out my hand. I think probably just keeping the deck as is going to be the best for us. I'm not sure why he would swing through with that guy. I think I would rather just trade him with the Wrathseeker, but whatever. Okay, I guess he's going to try to race me. That seems pretty like a poor decision to me, because Wrathseeker's just going to keep ramping up. Now he has 0 resources, and I'm ahead, because now I'm going to swing for 5. Not sure what the plan was there. I have to play this Wild Shard, because if I don't play it, then I have to swing as well. So I have to play the Wild Shard because he has so much discard, it seems, in the deck. Also, I need it so I can play the Troll later if I draw him. He's saying good game. Okay, well I guess he has the win in hand, or he has enough damage or something. Or maybe he's got like Life Siphon or something. Oh, I guess he can pump his guy twice, so he's 4 damage. Okay. So he's swinging for 4. Is it? Oh, he can pump it. It only costs 1. Oh, I misread that. I thought it cost 3. For some reason I thought it cost 3, so play mistake there for me. So that's, yeah, that's definitely a damage. So there we go. Good games. I had to swing though. Even if I didn't miss that, I still had to swing because I can't block his guy. So yeah, I was within a turn. If I had been a little bit faster or had not had to mulligan, I would have been better off. I'm not sure why he's playing that Sliver of the Immortal Spear, though. That seems like a dead card to me. I was basically a turn away-ish, sort of. But not really. Alright, so let's see here. So games 2. Do I have anything I want to side in against this guy? Nature's Reigns, not really. Baby Yeti, maybe. Yeah, I might trade the Baby Yeti, actually, for one of my... Let's see, Mortar Strike. Let's see, probably one of my buffs. Probably one of my Ruby Auras. Baby Yeti for a Ruby Aura seems decent. Yeah, I think that's the direction we'll go. I could get rid of Suppressive Fire too, but I think I'd rather be able to stop his stuff. Mortar Strike and Wild Aura, they're only one of, so I think I'll be alright with those. You know, hopefully I won't draw him in my opening hand. The Ogre's a little bit clunky, but he could be good too. I think we're fine with this. See what happens. Maybe I'll get, you know, I'd like to get a turn 1 drop, so. Or a Cottontail Ronin on turn 1 would be nice too. Oh, wow. So, this might be a pretty quick week for us. I will play first. So this is a much better hand. Yeah, this is perfectly fine. We'll keep this. Gem Crazed Berserker's got that evasion. He can't stop him. He'll have to use his champion ability on him. We get a turn 1 Sappers Charge, which is nice. We've got Suppressive Fire, which we can discard to his Corpse Flies. So we'll go ahead and hold on to that to discard if we need to. Now that I know he has so much discard in his deck. Feral Ogre's a little bit clunky for us because we won't be able to play it for a little while. Still not getting a lot of sound here, so that's unfortunate. Again, I'm not sure why that happened after this last patch. We get a Gem Crazed Berserker next turn. That's nice. So hopefully we can, yeah, get some damage, quicker damage through this time. Oh, there's that Wrathseeker. So I want to kind of, let's see. I think I'd rather him kill the Wrathseeker. The Gem Crazed Berserker. So the Wrathseeker is probably better at the beginning of the game, and the Gem Crazed Berserker is probably better later. So I should see, we'll probably see a Corpse Fly here. But I can kill it with Sappers Charge before I swing with Wrathseeker, so that's good. No Corpse Fly, so we're in good shape. So hopefully Wrathseeker can just push the damage through. So at this point, yeah, we'll play this 1 shard. We will go ahead. We'll play Gem Crazed Berserker in our second main phase. We'll play the Blaze Elemental. And we will swing in for 6. And hopefully he doesn't have any responses here, although he might have Murder for our Wrathseeker. I expect to see a Murder here. No Murder. Okay. So we're in good shape here. We'll go ahead and throw out our Gem Crazed Berserker. Now there's a very good chance he has Sorrow as well in the deck, so I do have to be aware of that. I might have just played into a Sorrow, but you kind of have to again because kind of just got to commit to the board. Because if he does have it, like, then I lose. But if he doesn't have... Okay, so he has to play that anyways. So yeah, he doesn't have Sorrow, otherwise he would have played it. So he's gonna atrophy the other guy, draw a card. So he's in good shape. He's in pretty good shape to win this. He's got a lot of card advantage on me. He gassed me out pretty good. Be nice to be able to play his Feral Ogre, but that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. And there's a Wild Shard, so we'll definitely play that. And looks like we're passing the turn and sitting on cards. Our opponent has a decent amount of resources in play, so it looks pretty good for him right now. Looks really good. Misfortune, that's really bad. Luckily, I do have 2 cards which are expendable in my hand. I've got this Ruby Shard and the Suppressive Fire, which are pretty expendable. And he might have Corpse Fly or something next turn. I don't know. We'll see. Card advantage to my opponent, that's for sure. There we go. There's a Pyromancer. That's decent. Probably some more removal though for that Pyromancer. We'll see. Alright. Wonder if I should have gone down to maybe 15 shards. I was going to atrophy, sure. Why not? Why not? Keeping that card advantage, of course. And Inquisition. Sure, he gets my Feral Ogre, which I couldn't play anyways. Because if I could, I would have already played it. So I'm in top deck mode, and we're basically where we were last game. He plays his... health stealing guy. I'm in really bad shape. Okay, I get a Ruby Shard, which I have to play because if I don't, he'll just pull it out. I'd rather keep building up my charges. No aggression on his side of the table yet, though, so I guess that's good for me. I guess he just has a lot of removal. Eventually, he'll draw something like that. Yeah, there you go, Zombie Vulture. So I'll go ahead and just Sappers Charge it in his end step. He's probably playing something to draw out my Sappers Charge. I guess I'll just go ahead and just Sappers Charge it now. I could wait till he attacks or until he tries to kill my Sappers Charge, but saves me some resources, I suppose. And another Ruby Pyromancer, which we just throw out there. He's down to 4 cards, but you know, I don't know, maybe he flooded or something. He's played like 7 resources, is a lot of resources. Atrophy is my guy. He's got a lot of removal, this guy. A lot. Eventually, okay, well there's that Blood Servant we couldn't deal with last time. And you can definitely activate him. So that might just win the game for him if we can't kill him. And that we have to play this Shard. So this is like a very much a draw-go game for us. At least our clock is ahead of his. Although it seems like we're losing time now. Corrupt Harvester, sure. Yep, making his Blood Servant, you know, he's going to make him 4, 5. If we can top deck something to kill that Blood Servant, that would be nice here. And then we also need now we need removal for the Harvester as well. So we just need any 2-point removal card for this Blood Servant because he tapped himself out. So he's just basically going all in on him. So you can't save him because he'll go back to his normal state. Yeah, he'll go back to his normal state during my turn, so we won't be able to save him. He didn't save resources to do that. He should have saved at least 2 resources to do that. Wild Aura is not going to do anything for me, of course. So it looks like our opponent's game again. So yep, definitely looks like good games for this week. There's a Corpse Fly. I don't even have anything to Wild Aura in response, so unfortunately he's going to get my Wild Aura with that Corpse Fly. Yep, just didn't come out of the gate as fast as I needed to defeat him, and I top decked way too many shards again. Compared, you know, I only had 16 shards in the deck. I might have wanted to go down to 15 maybe with this curve. So he keeps going like all in on that Blood Servant. I think that's unwise, but I mean he's got enough stuff on the table. If he loses it, it's not a big deal. I mean 5 damage besides this. I mean he's got that's 8 damage here. Basically I'm within a turn of death. So it looks like he's pretty well set up to win this tournament actually. I'd say he's got a mono blood deck that's pretty strong. So It's not really a big deal. Just so you guys know, I am doing a contest right now for YouTube viewers, so I'm looking for to get some more YouTube subscribers, and so yeah, head over there, and I have a video that you need to. Okay, you didn't even give me a chance to swing with them. I don't know why. I didn't even get to swing. Oh, whatever. Anyways, so I'm looking for more subscribers, so you know, any more subscribers you can give to me would, or if you haven't subscribed yet, please head over to my YouTube and subscribe. Really appreciate it. And then also post on the thread that I have, or not the thread, post on the video that I uploaded for the contest video, which is actually, if you haven't subscribed yet, you'll see it right up on top. And maybe you'll get you know, either a free draft or a beta. So don't have enough people in the channel to do any type of contest. Had a pretty good, you know, a decent deck. I felt it wasn't that bad, but just didn't come out of the gate really fast. Had the mulligan on games 1 and 2, but yeah, just didn't exactly do what I wanted it to do there. So until next time, this is Aaron Squire signing off, saying God bless you and your families. Try not to rage too much out there.